Hey guys, it's Thomas at Motionbuzz.com. Today I just want to talk about how to back up your files before you upgrade your open source CMS such as Drupal, Joomla, WordPress, or open source e-commerce platform like Magento. It's very important to make the backup, and one of the first suggestions, and this is on Drupal's site but it's pretty universal, is to connect to your server with FTP and download all your files, and then back up your database with phpMyAdmin. That's great, but even with my really fast broadband connection, downloading all the files with FTP takes a long time, especially with Magento where there are just so many files. So one option is to use PuTTY and to connect with SSH. PuTTY is just a Windows program. There are others, but you have to use commands. And for example, we use Liquid Web as our host, and they have a pretty good knowledge base, and I'm pretty familiar with it, but it can still be nerve-wracking, especially if you're not accustomed to using these commands. And they even have a pretty big paragraph here that says it's powerful, but potentially dangerous. So you have to be very careful. If you're more of a graphics person, you like to see what you're doing, move files around visually, SSH is probably not for you. So one of the things you can do, if you have cPanel, is you can make a backup using this little button right here. You click it, it backs up the entire home directory and creates what's called a tar or tarball, and you can download it to your hard drive. So that's great. However, what if you have a site, and this is one of our clients, where you just have a whole lot on your server. So these guys have 14 gigs. It's going to take a while. So you're really not saving any time. You might as well just use FTP. So that's still not fast enough. I want to do this very efficiently. So what I do is I go to File Manager and I click on the public _HTML directory, which that's where the website files for Drupal are, and I click compress, and I can change the file name. When I press compress, it just compresses it, stores it on the server, and then I can actually download it from there. So instead of compressing the entire home directory, which is all this stuff, and that's like 14 gigs, it's just compressing this little folder, which is maybe 400 megs, and it takes a lot less time. So if you're about to spend a lot of time either with FTP or you're reading on forums that maybe the best option is to use SSH and it's confusing, see if your host has cPanel and try those things out. Hope that's been a help, and once again, this is Thomas at Motionbuzz.com. Thanks for listening.